All right, welcome to Beyond the Forecast. We talk weather, climate, and yacht rock, as well as we look at the first Thursday food truck event in downtown Buffalo. And as you can see, there is no waiting. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, a little on the right. Oh, there's a popular one. The roll. Nice. Sun roll? Yeah, okay, fantastic. And Tommaso's. Looks like it's Italian theme. Fantastic. It is mostly sunny in downtown Buffalo. A nice little an interval of sunshine across western New York, and it looks like it's sunny in the Southtowns Bureau. Good afternoon, Patrick.
Good afternoon, Kevin. It is sunny. I mean, it didn't have that kind of promise earlier today, but I drove from downtown. I saw a few lines, by the way, out at the food trucks on my way down here. Anyway, got here. The sun is out. It's glorious. It's a little cool. And as you'll see in the forecast that Kevin will say, talk about some areas we'll see some clouds build in later today, but it is absolutely gorgeous out here today, Kev.
Nice.
In the background,
sure.
I have one thing I want to add to just our yacht rock, item of the day. A very unknown but incredibly great Fleetwood Mac song, which didn't quite make the Rumors album. It was cut at the last minute, and they decided to perform Fleetwood Mac in their later years because it was kind of forgotten about. It's called Silver Spring.
Oh, sure.
If you go on YouTube and type in Fleetwood Mac Silver Spring,
yeah, we got half hour to kill, sure.
So,
yeah, there you go.
Such a great song. Now, apparently, Stevie Nicks wrote this song regarding her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham, and when they performed that concert you just heard, I think that was 20 years ago, maybe more. Anyway, Stevie Nicks is singing to Lindsey Buckingham and like talking to him because it was a breakup song. It was like, "This is what you've done to me," type thing. Anyway, if you get a chance. It didn't get a lot of radio play when it came out because it was cut from the Rumors album. Didn't make it, but listen to it now. It's playing in our background here at the house, too.
Oh,
so,
fantastic. I will absolutely. And you're right by Silver Creek. Listen to Silver Sings by Silver Creek. Not too bad.
Silver Streams, yeah.
That's great. Yeah,
there you go.
Will do, absolutely. And Rumors, one of the finest rock albums of all time. Let's get you to the forecast. Let's take you through, I'll get you through the Mother's Day as well, of course, with the 7-day forecast. I'm going to talk some Sabres multiple viewing events going on with the Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday games that are guaranteed for us. Here are the additional cloud cover. So it's sunny here in Buffalo. It's sunny by the lake for now. We see some additional cloud cover for our friends in the southern tier. You also see the shades of blue here, the blue advisory. We'll talk about that coming up. That relates to some temperature concerns. Anyway, that's from the National Weather Service. There's an advisory down there. Right now we're in the 50s across Buffalo. Let's see, we're in the 40s in Ellicottville. 46 in Ellicottville, 46 in Angelica. Lots of 50s. Warsaw's at a 50. Albion, I was there this morning for my live shot. Maybe if you saw the noon streaming news, I was at the there's a cobblestone museum up there. It's lovely. So right here, this was all thousands of years ago before I started doing live shots. This was all under the ocean, and the glacier retreated and deposited all these rocks. And the cobblestone, they're soft, they're smoothed over. Then they have all this. What do they do with cobblestone? Well, they built with them. So a lot of architectural cobblestone up here by Lake Ontario. Anyway. We're in the 40s in Batavia, 50 for Jamestown, 50 in Dunkirk as well. So pretty homogeneous temperatures right now. We're going to be in this neighborhood pretty much all day. Unfortunately, we're going to chill into the 40s later on. These temperatures are below average. As a golfer, it's really frustrating for me. I want to golf. I'm not gonna go out there in a jacket. I want to wear shorts and a t-shirt And I'm still waiting, man. We are closer to Labor Day than we are to January 1st right now, and I want to golf. So in temperatures, I'm just showing you again the colder temperatures that are expected for the southern tier. This is not unusual. And for Pennsylvania, the National Weather Service office, which is actually not in Buffalo for you, it's in near Penn State. They have issued a frost advisory for our viewers in Pennsylvania, okay? But it is going to be plenty chilly everywhere with the below average temperatures sort of persisting for us. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so it's another night. I have a hanging basket. If you bought something for mom, if you've got a hanging basket or sensitive petunias for mom, bring them into the house or into the garage for the overnight because temperatures are going to fall. Again, I don't want the little tender guys to get hurt, okay? Especially because you probably just spent $30 on them. Okay, so tonight, some showers are expected, mainly for the northern part of our viewership. Again, additional cloud cover and some shower opportunities for areas Buffalo North, Niagara, Orleans County, extending into Genesee County as well. Tomorrow, none of these are going to be rainy days, but I do have to talk about multiple opportunities for showers moving through, right? Today's not a rainy day, but there are some showers moving through later. Tomorrow's not a rainy day by any means, but you see some showers early, and then along the convergence boundary, maybe something in the afternoon, but a lot of dry time tomorrow, okay? Again, a little cooler than we would like. I do see some showers developing at night for areas south. Generally speaking, for our weekend, neither one of those are expected to be rainy days. I think Saturday afternoon is a better chance of being a rainy day. And as of now, I'm going to ask you to check back with me because for Mother's Day, again, any showers that happen will be really light. You know, talking a couple hundredths of an inch of rain for Sunday, but I can't quite time it out yet, okay? I'm the weekend meteorologist Saturday and Sunday morning. My number one goal is to get people outside, so check back with me. And I'll be able to hone in on the shower chances, especially as the 72-hour models come in, the more high-resolution models come in, we'll be able to really time out your time outside for Saturday and Sunday. What we do know, the precipitation is tougher to time out far ahead of time. The temperature's a little easier. We are going to be under a colder regime, more northern-based air coming our way. So again, below average temperatures. Here we are. In May, we expect to be in the 60s for our highs. And, you know, normally there's some variability with that, of course, but we are going to persist with below average temperatures for the next week or so. We're going to be around 60 by Sunday. A little typo here. 60 by Sunday. Again, the daylight continues to grow. At least, you know, our sunsets are around 8:30 at least. Milder from Mother's Day. Again, I can't quite time out the showers for you yet. Okay, but temperatures will be, you know, in the 50s. Okay, so not as chilly as it could be, but not still below the statistical norm for Mother's Day. 53 degrees today. Again, a few showers expected, primarily for areas north. I think the southern tier is dry today, but Buffalo and especially Niagara, Orleans County, the closer you are to Lake Ontario, the better chance you have of showers this afternoon. Tomorrow, again. Let's get through tonight. A few showers tonight. Again, I would bring the hanging baskets in if you want to cover up some sensitive vegetation. Do so. Okay. For our day tomorrow, I think the showers will lean more in the morning. For the Sabres watch party, for the Sabres party in the plaza, for all the nighttime events, I think we're going to be dry. I think for Buffalo, I think the showers, as we see, Friday showers will be south. But I think Buffalo should be dry. And again, for Saturday and Sunday, check back with me. I think the Saturday showers will lean more towards in the afternoon and Sunday showers more in the morning. But it's too early to tell right now, and that may change. And I don't want your mom to get rained on, okay? If you're outside for brunch. Meanwhile, again, temperatures we should be in the 60s. Temperatures are going to lean below average. It's not what we would like. So there are a variety of different climate influences. One of the most serious, one of the most important ones are the different ocean currents that move their way across. And there are naturally occurring sort of oscillations, naturally occurring variations that happen with their temperature. So Patrick is going to come back after the break. And there he is right there. What are you going to be talking about after the break?
Ocean currents. There's a lot of them.
We'll see you there. One thing that's sometimes puzzling, well, until maybe it's puzzling until you figure out the reason for this, is, people when they go swimming in California got like the wetsuits on. You know what I mean? Like you could, if you're at Myrtle Beach, you can go ahead and hop in the water. It's typically a lot of the ocean water is warmer in South Carolina than it is in Southern California, but there's a reason for that, and it's all about the circulation, that counterclockwise flow that develops even with the oceans, right, Patrick?
You're right, Kevin. I mean, you set that up perfectly, and we'll explain. Yeah, there's a big difference in the ocean temperatures on each coast. And basically, if you were to take a message in a bottle, okay, and you were to throw it into the ocean, that bottle is going to travel in the direction of whatever ocean current you throw it in. And these currents can be swift. They can move at 5 or even 10 miles an hour at times.
Counterclockwise. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but they're clockwise. So I'm thinking about it.
It's a clockwise.
Yeah.
It's a clockwise current. I should have caught that. Yes, and in fact, there's depending upon the ocean. So let's go take a look. What I want to show you here. Here's a globe, and we're going to kind of go current by major current across the globe and discuss the climate implications that they have. First of all, if it's a red arrow, it's a warm current, and if there are blue arrows, which you'll see soon, they are a cold current. So we start off and we're at the equator, and here is where you see our first current, which is the equatorial current. Basically, that's the flow of water from the coast of South America, and it travels across the equator towards the Philippines, and then it bends to the right, if you will, or north, up through China and Japan. That is why they're kind of like our East Coast. Their East Coast of Asia has a warm current, and the climate implications of that is it brings warmer temperatures into places like China. Also, it helps aid in the formation of typhoons, strong cyclones. We call them hurricanes on our side of the planet. They call them typhoons over there, and they can be incredibly strong and very numerous. It's the most prolific area in the planet for cyclone formation. They call them typhoons, and that's because of the equatorial current, which as it bends to the north, it changes name. It's now called the Kuroshio current. That is the warm current that travels up from the Philippines through Taiwan, Japan, and then off the coast of Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia, and then it makes it all the way up to Alaska. Believe it or not, a warm current is directed at Alaska, which helps generate major areas of low pressure and storms in Alaska. It's why it's cold in Alaska, but coastal areas would be a lot colder if it wasn't for this warm current. So places like Juneau and Anchorage and Nome are not quite as cold as they could be if the current was colder. Okay, now we head farther to the east, and you'll see the current that Kevin was referring to is called the California current. Is that now that current bends through the Gulf of Alaska and heads back south again, and now it's bringing colder waters from the Gulf of Alaska down the California coastline, and that is why the water, let's say off the coast of San Francisco, is like 61 degrees, but at the same latitude on the East Coast, it's like 75 degrees. And that cold current is what brings coastal California its famous fog. It's that cold water and the relatively warmer air that travels over that warm, cold water that helps create San Francisco's fog, the fog up through the Mendocino area and then down through Southern California. Also, that cold current keeps hurricanes that form off coastal Mexico, and it keeps them away from places like Southern California. Sometimes you'll get hurricanes that travel up and through the Baja, and they can hit there where the waters are warmer, but by the time the hurricanes get up towards coastal California, the water's too cold and hurricanes just die. That's why it's very, very, very rare to get any kind of hurricane strike. It does happen from time to time in places like Los Angeles and San Diego. Okay, now we go to the South Pacific, okay? Now the currents here are counterclockwise, and there's a warm current extending from the equator down through places like Tahiti and New Zealand. That is called the East Australian Current, that then heads towards the South Pacific and then turns and bends pointed from the west to the east, okay? And then it begins to curve north again, and it's now called the Peru Current. And the Peru Current is now traveling from south to north. The waters to the south are colder because you're closer to the Antarctic, and you have a cold current running up the southern South American coastline, places like Peru and Chile. One of the climate features here is that you have, with the cold current, a very arid, okay, region, including parts of Chile, and there's an inland desert there called the Atacama Desert, okay? That cold current makes it so dry that that desert will go years and years without ever receiving a drop of rain. They also have a tremendous amount of fog, much like they do in California. It's just not as dry in California as it is here in parts of Chile. That Atacama Desert, the driest location on Earth outside of Antarctica, which is actually the driest. Okay. Now we go to the Atlantic. We start in the South Atlantic. We have the Brazil current. That is the current that goes from the equator and then down through coastal Brazil, bringing warm temperatures down. And then it bends around and hits the coast of Africa and begins to curve back to the north, where it's called the Benguela Current, which travels from South Africa through Namibia and up towards the Congo, okay? One of the climate features here is that that cold current helps create an extremely arid location here, the Namibia Desert, or also known as the Skeleton Coast, where many ships have sunk because the fog is so thick because of the cold water and the inability to see the rocks in the shore. Many, many ships have sunk here. It's also very dry. And then farther to the north in the Atlantic, you have one current that travels from Europe down through Spain and coastal Africa. That's called the Canary Current. It's a cold current. But then it bends to the west and heads up towards, I would say, the Caribbean, Cuba, and of course, the southeastern and eastern coast of the United States. And that is called something we're very familiar with, the Gulf Stream. And that is a very warm current that directs that warm temperature up the East Coast, helps create nor'easters, okay, and also helps promote and sustain hurricanes that do travel across the Central Pacific. And then as they approach the United States or other areas like in the Caribbean and the Bahamas, and of course the East Coast, all areas prone to hurricanes, it's because of the Gulf Stream. It's warm enough that hurricanes can survive and make their way towards the coast because the waters there are so warm. And basically that current then heads up towards Iceland and Northern Europe, which is why places like London and Scotland and Ireland are relatively mild compared to other countries at that northern latitude, because the Gulf Stream brings that warm air and warm water up to that part of the Europe. And it's, I mean, London would be much, much colder without that current. Ireland would be much, much colder without the Gulf Stream.
Yeah, it's remarkable how
Isn't that interesting?
Far north, it's incredible how far north, you know, England and Ireland are. You know, they're farther north than Buffalo. Buffalo's on the same latitude as Italy. You know what I mean? But it's that, again, that influence of the ocean currents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next,
if you were to travel due east from New York City, you would run into Spain.
Yeah,
right.
Remarkable.
It's
yeah.
crazy.
So the incredible, all of Europe influenced certainly by that by the warm current, the Gulf Stream making its way at its northernmost tip. I loved stuff like that. I love the climate control knobs and studying that as well. I'm going to talk about. We're going to localize things. We're going to take you through your Mother's Day forecast, some 6 to 10 day outlooks, and also, some more wet statistics coming up.
Boat drinks. Boys in the band ordered boat drinks. Visitors scored on the home rink. Everything.
Welcome back to Beyond the Forecast with the weather, climate, and Fleetwood Mac news. The Sabres have a Game 2 Friday, and I'm looking forward to it. Winning that Game 1 takes a little bit of a load off, you know. Mentally, I'm going to be in a better place watching Game 2.
Totally agree.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's what the Sabres fans can look forward to for the watch party. I think that it will be rain-free. There's a better chance of rain for the southern tier Friday p.m. I do have another a bonus future look to show you. We're going to get you through your weekend. So this is a stat I've had to update here. As you know, the second wettest March of all time this year, the sixth wettest April of all time, and so far this month, we're well above average. We have about double the rain. Okay, so let's do the grand total here. May total 1.2, April total 5.6. So since March 1st, we've had over 13 inches of rain. The average for that period is just under 7. So again, we're about double the rain. 6 to 10 days out. Okay, it's the beginning of the end. The 8 to 14 is average. 6 to 10, we're pushing out the cold air. So 6 to 10, we are going to lean below average. But the back half of May, we're optimistic for regular temperatures, 60s and 70s, okay? Future look, I'm going to breeze through this again just to show you. The Friday rain that I talked about is more likely during the PM, during the watch party. Buffalo should be dry, perhaps some rain across the southern tier. For the weekend, I'm going to ask you to get back to me on this because the models are mixing it up a little bit. So neither Saturday nor Sunday will be a rainy day. I'll take you as far as I can in the 72-hour model. But again, there is a chance in the afternoon of some rather sparse showers again. So again, this is my goofy Mother's Day graphic with temperatures should be in the mid-50s or so. And for shower chances, again, just keep an eye to the skies. Our app has free radar for you, and I'll be in Saturday and Sunday morning to update your precipitation forecast. But, you know, it's good news and bad news. It's going to be cool with some shower chances.
So, Kevin, get this. You talked about Mother's Day graphics. I don't know if you saw this, but there's a new file in our weather computer that's labeled Mother's Day. And the icons that are available that we could throw on the 7-day forecast, a cabinet, a footstool, and a refrigerator.
What?
That's what you can add.
Thanks for watching,
a
everybody.
refrigerator. Nothing says mom like cold cuts.